Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gran Turismo weekly race guide, and I'm back! I am back off holiday. Now in the background, we are in the Volkswagen Scirroco Group 4 car. So we're in a front wheel drive car. We're at Laguna Seca on racing hard tyres. I've put the goal difficulty at easy. You just have to worry about understeer. And the goal time estimate, I reckon it's going to come down to around a 1:29.6. I definitely saw a lot of time still in the lap that I'm going to show you now. Now the lap that I did is in the top 10, so you can go and load this ghost if you want to follow my ghost. Now, if you do enjoy this video, as always, do give it a like and do subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. As always, these guides are out every single week, unless I'm on holiday, of course. Although this time, they're out every single week. Let's jump into the lap guide then. Here we go at Laguna Seca. And as we head down towards turn 1, then I want you to look more on the right-hand side here, okay? So you've got the end of the gravel there. Now, that is your sort of starter, and then you've got the 3 line there. Between these two is where you're going to brake, okay? Now, it depends how much speed you carried out the last corner. Depends on where you brake. If you slow out the last corner, you'll brake a bit later. If you're faster out the last corner, you'll brake a bit earlier as we come into here. So we slowly go through this left-hander and then accelerate out in 3rd gear. Now, critically there, I was in 3rd gear. Keep that in mind, okay? And I'll explain it again here. So we've got 3 brake markers here. We've got the tannoy on the right-hand side, the 2-board, or the light sand going into the gravel. Now, I'm braking just after the 2-board on left-hand side leaves my screen, okay? And the car's going to rotate a little bit in 3rd gear. And what I'm going to do is go up to 4th gear. The reason I'm doing this is to reduce understeer on exit. So on exit, you will suffer a lot of understeer. So if you're in a higher gear, you won't suffer it. And it's got a turbo, which does pull quite nicely. On the left-hand side there, you've got that tannoy. That's what I'm using as my brake and turn-in marker here. You can use the end of the curb if you want, but it's a bit too late in my opinion. As that tannoy hits the edge of my screen, when I turn in here, I'm looking for 90 miles an hour. And when I get towards that sausage is when I accelerate. On this circuit, whenever you get a sausage, literally at the edge of your screen, that's when you're going to accelerate. That's your apex, essentially, on this circuit. As we head towards this left-hander, we've got that white square on the right-hand side. That is normally my brake mark here. I'm going to brake a bit later than that this time and try and get closer to the 2-board that I did highlight for you there. And that's what we're going to do right here as we go into here. Now, for this corner particularly, on exit, sometimes you'll want to do 3rd gear. And if you're struggling for lap time, 3rd gear is going to be better. 4th gear is actually better in the long run if you can maintain that speed out that corner. Really tricky one to get right. You'll lose a tenth if you get it wrong there. So just keep that in mind. 3rd gear may be better. In towards the kink then, the 2 or the square there on the right side. I'm using the 2 in this particular car. You want to hit the brakes and chuck in and let the car roll a little bit, okay? Now, I'm looking for around 95 miles an hour. There we go, 95. I hit the accelerator and then I go, okay? You really have to chuck it in and let the car roll through the corner. Because if you're trying to accelerate even for an iota too early, you are going to understeer off the circuit. Now, as we head towards the corkscrew, you can use the pickup truck on the right-hand side. That's normally my brake marker. However, in this car, you can brake a little bit later. So I'm actually going to use the 3 and the line. Now, as you get closer to this, you're braking uphill, remember? You're going to go hit the crest of the hill, so you really have to time it perfectly there. I dropped a second briefly. I went up to 3rd there to reduce the understeer, and you can cut quite a lot of the corkscrew there. Just don't cut it too much by staying on the red and white curbing. As you come down here, you've got this tree. It's very close to the circuit on the left-hand side. That is your lift-off marker, or if you want to, you can dab the brake a little bit as well if you're carrying a bit too much speed and you've nailed the corkscrew. That is a really good marker here, and you want to sort of bounce the car through this corner. That's what I'm trying to do there, letting the car roll. The second I get towards that sausage, I start accelerating. Head over towards the left-hand side then. Now, you've got the scoreboard on the far left that you can use. However, I'm using the start of the red and white curbing that you can see right there as it starts going red, white, red, white. Now, for this one, 3rd or 4th gear is possible. I'd like to stay in 4th gear most of the time here, just because I find it settles the car more, and that's what I'm going to do here as I accelerate through the corner. And what we're going to do then is head towards the final corner. We've got the 3, we've got the end of the building and that square on the left-hand side, okay? So the end of the building is a good marker. The square is a bit too late in this circumstance. I'm actually using the 3. I don't use it very often, but in time trial, it's perfect here. So I'm going to use a 3 here. Just before that gets to the edge of my screen, I'm going to hit the brakes. Now, I drop down to 1st gear, and then I'm going to short shift all the way to 3rd gear, okay? Yeah, I'm going up 2 gears there. Just because you're instantly going to get wheel spin in 2nd gear, so 3rd gear is a better gear to accelerate in. We head towards the line there. That's a 127.5. I can definitely see a 127.0 here if I did put a bit more effort in here. But I'm, a bit rusty from the holiday, so I'm not doing that at the moment. So through turn 1 here, this is the pad lap though, just to show you it's possible on a pad. As we accelerate towards this right-hander, looking for that 2 board on the left-hand side. Just after that, we hit the brakes, we turn in, and we're going to get short shift to 4th gear. Notice I'm going a bit slower here on the pad, because obviously I'm not as good on the pad. Looking for that tonneau on the left-hand side, I brake, I turn in, carrying a bit less speed there. 90 miles an hour is a good speed to maintain if you can through there. Remember, you're looking for the sausage, but don't touch it. On the right side, you've got the white square, but I'm braking closer to 2 sign. As I go through it, I'm in 3rd gear for this one because I find I'm going a bit slower. Obviously, if you're a bit higher on speed, you can go into 4th gear. 3rd gear, though, is probably going to be better if you are struggling for lap time. Chuck it into the kink here. I didn't really carry that much speed through the kink here on this pad lap. Something I definitely could improve instantly here. I'm probably even getting half a second or so there. I carried a very minimal speed there. Looking for that 3 then as we come into here. I stayed in 3rd gear for this one because I was just carrying a little less speed up to that point. As I go through here, look at that tree on the left-hand side there. We're going to dab the brake, let the car rotate as much as we can here, and then accelerate through the corner. Head over towards the left-hand side, start the red and white curb and chuck it in. Remember, this corner is cambered as well, so you want to get as far on the inside as possible with avoiding the sausage as well. Looking for that 3 board as our final brake mark here as we go down. I just dropped to 2nd gear this time, up to 3rd gear, and accelerate out the corner, and that is how you do it on a pad lap as well. This is a 128.8, I think it is. Definitely 127 is possible on a pad as well. It's just one of those where I'd need to practice a little bit more. You jump to chase cam then for this final lap as we go into here. This is that wheel lap but on the pad. I'm using ABS weak there, that you can see if you are wondering about that. So 3rd gear there on exit of turn 1. Keep it tight on turn 1 as well. That's a really good tip for that corner, to be honest with you. As we come into here, again, looking to get as close to the sausage but not touch it. 4th gear on exit. These short shifts are so beneficial in this car. That tonneau on the right hand side. How close to the sausage do we go? Very close indeed. Now, you may run a little bit wide on exit there. Keep going. You will lose a little bit of time, maybe a tenth or so, but you may carry enough speed there just to carry on. Lifting on and off constantly doesn't benefit this car at all. Next time in 3rd gear here. On one of my previous laps, which was also a 0.5, I did 4th gear there. It's very much possible. Look at that 2 board here as I chuck it in. Again, looking to make sure I get down to 95 miles an hour and then I accelerate. Just use that 95 miles an hour as a bit of a marker for that corner. End up here then, look at that 3 board hard on the brakes. Drop to 2nd gear here. We're going to short shift to 3rd and try and cut as much as we can, staying on that red and white curbing. Over towards the right hand side then, looking for that tree, and then we let the car do its thing here. Let the car roll, get towards that sausage, start accelerating, head over towards the left hand side to there. We chuck it in here, using all the camber on the inside there. Benefits the car massively because it helps with turning. This car struggles with understeer, I did say that. Final corner then, we drop to 1st gear, up to 3rd gear then, accelerate out the corner. Look at the car, wanted to wheel spin there. Did get a bit of wheel spin there halfway up. We're going to head towards that line. This is that 127.5, and you can follow this ghost right now. Just head towards the leaderboard, and you can follow this ghost. The key thing with this car, you don't want the wheel spin, okay? If you're getting wheel spin and understeer, you're going to lose so much time. So if you are struggling with wheel spin, just short shift to the next gear up, okay? And that should help you out. If you are struggling on brakes, just brake a bit earlier. I gave you quite a few brake markers there. But that's going to be it for this video, folks. As always, if you did like it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, stay in touch with all the latest content. 2 companies help me out massively there. GT Amiga, you can use my code Tidgney to get a discount, and it gives me a kickback. Fintech is just a kickback for now. 2 videos there to check out, including last week's time trial guide. But as always, and as I always say, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.